Daniel Rovai became known as one of the clowns at the Amsterdam Festival of Fools. In 1982 he was on Terschelling at the start of what we now know as a street theatre festival. It happened in a completely empty Nitsland. But the first Oerol, it was a completely empty festival. There were more artists than visitors.
Of course.
You know that. But it begins with the Falkland War. And was this a kind of improvisation?
It's Joop who came to see me on a Festival of Fools in Amsterdam to ask me if we could join on this festival. He didn't know how it was going on, but he was expecting the artists to improvise and take some risk. And we all stayed, at that time, we all stayed in one big motel. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. In the morning, Joop would come and see us and say, can you do something on the street of so and so or what? And that Falkland Island, where we are dressed as British soldiers, was at a time where the Falkland War.
This is my girlfriend, Josephine. Oh, Captain, I think we should eat something. I'm really starved. We're going to eat something there. All right, Dan. All right.
I think we should get near.
Okay. Come in, Captain. Come and see your passport, please.
Don't move, or I'll shoot you.
But Steve says that he was dressed as the officer. This is not a Dutch island anymore. It never was. Now it's a British island. It was great. The reaction from the public, those first two Oerol festivals were amazing because everybody was there to play the game. The people of the island and the Pontos who came. Yeah. Everybody was ready to play.
I remember that there were a lot of participation of the people who lived there.
Very nice!
What I like about this setup of the festival is that all the artists start to cooperate during the week.
Yes.
First they do their own show, and then at the end you have this afternoon at the Groene Strand that everybody is joining.
Yes.
And you have a new show, and even people from the island are contributing to this. For me, that was the most important aspect of the festival of Fools idea, that this development of cooperation between artists and people.
The person who is driving the car there is Pete from the restaurant de Jarre. Yeah. He is driving the car. Yeah. I had to trust him and he had to trust me that it would work.
It's great,
How does it feel?
It feels absolutely amazing. I was flying there for about 2 or 3 hours. I met some seagulls, I met God eventually, and I thought how wonderful it is to be in the air. And it gave me this sensation of freedom and peace. And I say, now I'm back amongst the people. It's great. All the rest of my life, I will campaign for peace.
Would you like to dance?
I'd love to. I'd love to. Oh, you dance right.
Voici un vin rouge très précieux. Ce qui le rend particulièrement précieux, c'est que je l'achète en cubis, avec laquelle je remplis ensuite cette bouteille. Ainsi, il ne me coûte que presque rien, et je vous le revends 70 €. Pour moi, c'est magnifique.
Hoorde je dat? Hij zei magnifiek.
Ja.
La carne, non, pour moi c'est pas la carne, pour moi c'est la miette. La miette, come ti prego, sa?
No, è bella.
C'est pas bella.
Carne è bella.
Excusez-moi, je mange.
Manger. Manger. Il parle de manger. Lui, il vient me voir ici pour qu'on mange. Et nous, on fait la cuisine, on travaille, on souhaite et tout. Elle dit de manger? Non, monsieur, je suis désolé. Bonjour, monsieur.
Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A world premiere!
This was meant to be a children's performance today.
I wasn't told.
But is it because you're French that you're still a bit saucy? It's still a little bit sexy, everything you do?
Is it really? You tell me that. I mean, like, I'm just got to 49 now. I mean, I don't regard myself as a sexy clown kind of thing. That's not what I'm looking for on stage.
But, you know, it's like a little bit rough, a little bit on the edge. French thing you've got. You got to keep that going.
That French thing.
Today, with us today, we have from France, the man who has seen 1,000 deaths and still lives, Monsieur Daniel Rovai. Applauso!
She's waiting for you downstairs. No problem.
When is the interview going to finish, Jerry? I like to go downstairs dancing and look at the nice ladies.
Pregnant lady! Darling, can you...
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zampano, I'm a chain breaker. Those chains are made of pure steel.
Suddenly you came on the idea La Strada. How did you got that idea?
La Strada is also one of those films like Les Enfants du Paradis or some great classics which has really reached me very, very strongly when I was a kid. And I saw that film another 3 or 4 times throughout my life. Then in '78 I did an approach to it. I did a sort of commedia dell'arte, a street theatre version with Margaret Pierre, who left the Fußball with me at that time. We called it The Chain Breakers. We had no script, nothing. We just did a street theatre adaptation from the memory we had from that film. So 10 years later, I'm thinking again, God, why not La Strada? It's this. And the reason why I came to that is because I was committed to perform on the Limburg Street Theatre Festival. And I think they are a bit cut off from the actual roots, what it is to be a street theatre artist. And I wanted to show also the public there who is very spoiled because they have, every summer they have some great entertainments for nothing on their villages and towns. I wanted to bring them, instead of the usual funny man and jongleurs and clowns, to bring them a performance who will tell them about the hardship of street theatre artists half a century ago, when people were actually playing theatre and passing the hat just for their survival. That was a dedication.
This is a trumpet. Look at that. Only do 6 when I tell you to. Come here. This is a drum.
Is there any similarity for you to be Anthony Quinn or Zampano in this film, or it's just by coincidence?
I don't think I am Anthony Quinn. I just happen to be Daniel Rovai. I mean, I don't think I'm Zampano either. Zampano lived in the 50s. I had a chance to be brought up in the 50s and 60s at the time of all the new ideals, peace and love and women's lib and all that sort of stuff. So I think, lucky for me, I have a different relationship to women than what Zampano had. Completely frustrated man, couldn't express his emotions. But there is similarities because there is always, and that's what it's about. The job of an actor is you always have to feed from inside your characters, and of course I can find similarities between Anthony Quinn and me, which is maybe that we both have a big nose, and similarities between Zampano and me,
which is that Zampano was, in the story of Fellini, a street traveling performer, and I am also a man who has passed a lot of his life trying to promote street theater ideas. So I am actually very connected to the street, to the road. The other similarity between Zampano and me is he was driving a motorbike which has wheels, and I've always been driving wheels as well, whether it's trucks, vans, taking me from places to places with equipment, props, requisite. And so we both have that particularity of living on wheels.
You directed most of the play yourself, but you also got some help, I understand?
Yes, first I worked for a couple of months on the actual script. When I got hold of the German, French and English script of La Strada from Fellini and realized the amount of cuts and the fact that it's always moving because it's called The Road. So I had to do a very basic adaptation, giving it 3 locations. I directed myself at the beginning, which was difficult because it's difficult for me to direct and play in it.
What's wrong?
I got some people from a local dramatic society. The oldest was 71 and the youngest 10, so I had about 4 generations of amateur actors, plus 4 professionals from Poland, Holland, professional musicians from Holland as well, England, Canada. And with those 3 musicians, I think we got an incredible quality of music in the play, using some of the original music from Nina Rotto, but also this our music group composed a few parts and moments to complete that total theatre which we presented in the Limburg Festival.
Has anybody got a lighter, please? Alsjeblieft.
En aansteek.
Has anybody got a fire? Oh, that's okay. Wait. Has anybody got a digital watch?